How is success measured in your job? And what impact might this have on your levels of stress and performance? Let's see what the science suggests. Hi there, Michelle here from McQuaid TV. We're helping you find ways to move from functioning to flourishing by putting the latest science to the real-world test. Professor Carol Dweck at Stanford University has found that when it comes to achieving success at work and in our lives, more important than believing in our abilities is the belief that we can improve upon our abilities. You see, while most of our schools, workplaces and societies seem to care only about the results that we achieve, Dweck has found that when outcomes are all that matters, it tends to create beliefs that we each come into this world with a certain amount of talent and intelligence, and there's not a whole lot that we can do to improve upon that. We're born clever or dumb, creative or ordinary, coordinated or clumsy. She suggests that these beliefs create a fixed mindset that makes criticism painful to hear, failure feel fatal, and generates a tendency to micromanage and try and control everything in our environment. If you've ever heard yourself saying, "It's quicker to do it myself," then you can say hello to your fixed mindset. And while the fear of how we'll be judged tends to create an obsessive drive that enables those of us with a fixed mindset to reach a certain level of success, her research has found that eventually we plateau and we fall short of reaching our real potential. You see, the constant stress and anxiety of being found less capable than people imagined us to be eventually just becomes too much for us to bear. Now, Dweck has also found that when learning and growth, rather than just outcomes, matter, it tends to create beliefs that with effort and practice, we can always improve upon our abilities. And of course, the latest finding in neuroscience fully support this. She suggests that these beliefs create a growth mindset that makes criticism and failure learning opportunities and generates a commitment to showing up and giving things our best shot. I think Thomas Edison has to be the poster child of this mindset with his famous quote, "I didn't fail, I just found 10,000 ways the light bulb didn't work." Dweck's research has found that those of us with a growth mindset set ourselves more challenging goals. We seek help when we need it, and we're motivated to achieve what matters most to us, enabling us to move beyond our present limitations and achieve ever higher levels of success. Ultimately, she's found that our mindset determines our levels of self-belief, the outcomes we achieve, and our well-being. Now, the good news is that by focusing on the efforts we're making for growth and learning, rather than just the outcomes we're achieving, Dweck has found anyone can cultivate a growth mindset. But just how can you pull this off when all your organisation seems to care about is the results that you're delivering? Well, drum roll please. Dweck's latest research suggests that just like the people in them, workplaces also exhibit a fixed or a growth mindset that shapes the beliefs and behaviours of their employees. For example, fixed mindset workplaces tend to embody a culture of genius, where being smart and talented is prized above all other behaviours. And as a result, they encourage people to pursue performance goals that often block learning and lead to extreme competition that can foster behaviours of lying, blaming others and hoarding resources as people try to prove that they can be the star. Of course, the danger in these environments is that people ignore, avoid or abandon potentially valuable learning opportunities. Now, growth mindset workplaces, on the other hand, tend to embody a culture of development, endorsing the belief that intelligence and talent can be cultivated through growth, effort and training. And as a result, they encourage people to pursue learning goals that not only equip people to deal with setbacks, but to also seek out opportunities for challenge and for learning. So what can leaders do to help foster more growth mindsets in their workplaces? Managers with a growth mindset see talent and intelligence as just the starting point, and instead they're interested in cultivating people's efforts and willingness to learn. And here are 3 ways they can achieve this. Firstly, they tell growth mindset stories. They tune into the stories that they and their teams are telling about why things are happening and what might happen next. And when the thoughts, feelings and actions shaped by these stories are only fixated on outcomes that are undermining people's confidence and creating a fear of failure, then they respectfully challenge them by asking, is that true? Is it the only explanation for what might unfold? And then trying to seek out equally believable stories that highlight the possibilities for learning, growth and effort in the same situation. Secondly, they don't fear feedback or failure. They openly ask for feedback on how they and their team are doing, and they frame these as learning opportunities for growth and development. They also own and share their mistakes, rather than trying to appear perfect, pretending failures aren't happening, sweeping errors under the rug, or blaming others when things go wrong. Finally, they reward effort, not outcomes. They give feedback and show appreciation for the efforts and learning they can see unfolding in their people, rather than just the outcomes being achieved. They present skills as learnable, invest in development coaching, and create cultures of self-examination, open communication and teamwork. And they find ways of measuring, celebrating and rewarding people's effort and make this the driver of success in their teams. But of course, if your manager isn't quite ready for these steps yet, perhaps you can find ways to practice these growth mindset actions for yourself. You don't really need anyone's permission to try these changes. In fact, if you want to try a little growth mindset action right now, then share this video with your family and friends, especially those who might be stressing themselves out by focusing only on the outcomes they have to deliver right now. And if you'd like more practical and playful ideas from the latest science on human flourishing, then be sure to subscribe, or stop by michellemcquaid.com and leave your name and email address so you can hear all our news first. Thank you so much for watching Shell McQuaid TV. Remember, you are good enough, so don't be afraid to let your strength shine. Until next time, take care.
Yo, listen up, hear the story about a little guy that lives in a blue world, and all day and all night and everything he sees is just blue like him. Inside and outside, blue his house with a blue little window and a blue carpet, and everything is blue for him and himself and everybody around, 'cause he ain't got nobody to listen. To listen. I'm blue, dabba dee dabba die, 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 dabba dee dabba die. I'm blue, dabba dee dabba die, 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 dabba dee dabba die.